What's up YouTube? It's your boy Cuddy R3, and today I'll be showing you guys how to do an oil change for the 2015 Yamaha R3. Alright, so this tutorial is specifically for the 2015 R3, but this video can apply for any type of motorcycle, okay? The only difference might be the location of certain things, like the location of the oil filter and drain plug. But as long as you are able to locate that, you can use this video to do an oil change on your motorcycle. So first things first, before an oil change, you want to make sure the bike is warm. Just turn the bike on and let it idle for like a few minutes, and then turn it back off, so you can let it cool down. The reason for this is it makes the oil come out of the drain plug faster, and we'll be able to get most of the old oil out. I've already done that, so I'll show you guys what you guys need to do an oil change on an R3. Alright guys, so for the equipment and tools you're going to need to perform an oil change, I made it really easy. I've split it between required and optional items. So for the required section, we have these things right here. We have a drain pan. This drain pan is going to be used to catch the old oil out of the drain plug. Just make sure you have the right size. So this bike only can hold 2.2 quarts of oil, and this is, I believe, at 5 or 10, so this should be enough. And obviously you're gonna need oil, so just Google your bike and see what oil it accepts. But for this 2015 R3, it takes a 10W40 oil, and like I said, it's 2.2, so I grabbed 3 just in case we do need more. You're also gonna need a new oil filter. For the 2015 R3, it takes a KN204-1 oil filter. And lastly, you're going to need either an adjustable wrench or a socket wrench. If you do have a socket wrench, you're going to need a 12mm socket. For the optional items, we have these things right here. These are not necessarily needed in order to do an oil change on your bike, but it will make your life way easier. So let's start off with the rear stand. So putting your bike on the rear stand, it'll level it out, and it'll just give you a better idea when you're checking your oil, your sight glass, to make sure you have the proper level of oil needed. We also have a funnel. It's an optional item because you don't need it to put oil into the bike, but like I've said, it'll make your life way easier. You also have gloves for obvious reasons, so you don't want to get your hand dirty. Towels, just in case you make mess, you can clean it up. And we have an oil filter remover, just in case it is your first time doing an oil change. That oil filter might be stuck and you might not be able to get it out with your bare hands, so an oil filter will come in handy. Alright guys, so I've already placed my bike on a rear stand to get it leveled, and now the first step we're gonna do is to locate the drain plug, and I'll show you guys where that is. So for this R3, the drain plug is actually going to be right in the bottom of the bike. I'll show you guys. So if you get underneath, look under the bike, right here is going to be the drain plug. This is a 12mm bolt, so we're going to need the socket, but we're going to place the drain pan right underneath already before we remove this. Alright guys, so now we're gonna start the oil change by removing the drain plug. So what you want to do first is loosen it up with the socket wrench, and then once it's loose enough that you can remove it by hand, that's when you place the drain plug underneath to catch all the oil. I'm gonna do it right now. And make sure you turn left. Remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Make sure you are turning left. There we go. I've loosened it. I'm going to remove the socket wrench, place the drain plug right underneath it, and get ready to catch all the oil. While you're doing this, actually you want to put pressure. You want to be pushing forward on the bolt so it doesn't start leaking on you. And once the drain plug is fully off, you can remove it. Let's see if I can do this without making a mess. The camera's in a weird angle. You guys are kind of blocking my view, and there we go. There you go. So once you remove that, you want to check the drain plug to make sure it's not stripped or cracked in any kind of way. Alright, so that's good. I just put that right here, and now you wait until it's drained. Alright guys, so while you're waiting for the oil to drain out, what you want to do is actually open up the location, the cap where you put the oil in, so it can get airflow and you'll drain out your oil way faster. As you can see, we're almost done, but you gotta make sure it completely stops. Okay, so the oil's pretty much done draining. So now the next step would be to put the drain plug back on. So what you want to do is grab the drain plug and you simply just twist it right back on. So you just want to keep twisting by hand as far as you can, as much as you can, my bad. And then get a paper towel. You don't need to, but I just like to keep it clean. Wipe out any excess oil. There we go. And now we can remove the oil pan just for now. And then get your socket wrench again. Switch it. Make sure you're going righty-tighty now, because remember, time this up. And just want to give it a quick tug. Make sure it's on there pretty good. Don't twist it too high. My socket fell off. Sorry about that, guys. The camera fell off. But what I was saying is, you don't want to tighten it too much that you might strip it or cause damage inside the drain plug. So just give it one quick tug, and that should be good. The next step will be to remove the oil filter. Like I said, if it's your first time, you might need this thing right here, the filter remover, if it's too tight. But if you put it on last time like I did, it should be able to take out with just your bare hands. And I have to do this with one hand, so sorry for the awkward camera angle. So where is it at? There we go. That's the oil filter right here. So just twist it to the left and it should come out. Have the drain plug, the oil pan ready though, because it is going to leak oil as well. So let's give it a good twist. There we go. There we go. Alright. So just get ready, and you can see it's already leaking oil. Just keep twisting it until it fully comes off. And I'm just gonna place it on the oil pan. And now we just same thing with the drain plug. Wait till it's fully drained. All right. So while we're waiting for the oil filter to be finished draining, we're gonna set up the new oil filter right now. So take it out of the box. Remove the wrapper. And make sure that the O-ring is right there. And clean oil, your new fresh oil. We're gonna put some oil inside this filter already and around the rim. So what you want to do is just put a little bit of oil inside here, and then grab the rim and just put it around the ring. Alright, this filter's good to go. Okay, good to go. Alright, so the filter is pretty much done draining, so we're gonna put the new one in. But I also forgot to mention, when you remove the oil filter, make sure, I'll show you guys right here. So this is the old one, and that's the new one right there. Which you want to make sure this O-ring right here is still here, because if it's not, it probably got stuck where the oil filter is supposed to go, and you want to make sure you remove that, or you're gonna have a bad time trying to put this back on. All right, so this is the old one. We're gonna put that way back over here, and now we're gonna insert the new one. So what you want to do? It's easy. It's easy, just like taking it off. You literally just make sure it lines up properly. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to get you guys a good view. Sorry, kind of hard. There we go. Just want to line it up and twist to the right. And remember, when you tighten this up, there we go. There we go. Sorry, it's very hard to see. I'm looking at the camera view. That's why. So just keep twisting it to the right, And remember, just tighten it hand tight. It does not need to be that tight. But this thing does have too much oil. I've slipped too much, so I'm gonna clean it up. I'm gonna wipe it down and then hand tight it again. I wiped it down, got most of the oil out, and I'm only using my hand to tighten it. There we go. So make sure it's hand tight, because if you use like the oil filter remover, you're gonna need it again for your next oil change. So just make sure it's hand tight. There we go. That's good. We drained the old oil and we replaced the oil filter with a new one. So the last step is to put new oil in. So you want to locate where you put the oil in, and for this R3 it's going to be right here on the bottom right. It's just remove the oil cap, turn it to the left, should come right off. Put that down somewhere safe. And for this, you're going to need your oil. So like I said, I said earlier, this bike takes 2.2 quarts of 10 WD-40. And each of these are 1 quart, by the way. So we're going to put 2 in and 0.2 of another new one. And it's optional. You're going to need a funnel. I've actually switched it out because the other funnel I have was too big for this. It's not needed, but like I've said, it makes it way easier, so I'm gonna use it. So let's go ahead and put some new oil in. Put the funnel just like that. Put the oil in. Make sure you guys can see that. Okay. Back up a little bit. And I might have to fast forward this because it might take a little bit. But just as you're putting the oil in, just make sure you watch the sight glass. Make sure you're putting the proper level. So we'll just start off by putting 2 in right now. And when you're pouring this in, make sure it goes super slow so you don't have any overflowing. And I'll speed this up. Okay, so I've put in 2.2 quarts of oil into the bike. Once you're done, you just put the cap back on. And as you can see right now, it is showing it's a little bit full through the side glass, but that's just because we haven't started up the bike yet. So now we're gonna start the bike up and let it run for a few minutes to get make sure all the oil goes all around the engine and stuff like that. Make sure it's properly running. And while we're doing that, we're also gonna check down the vehicle. Check on the bottom to make sure there's no leakage happening. So you see right now it's dry. So we're gonna start it up, give it a few minutes, and we'll check once again. So start the bike up. Make sure it's in neutral first of all. There we go. All right. Let it run for a few minutes. All right, guys. We have the bike at operating temperature. Check below to see if any leaks happened. Nothing. We're gonna check underneath as well where the oil filter and drain plugs are at. Make sure no leaking is happening. We're good there. And we're gonna check the oil level to see if it balanced out, which should have. And yeah, there we go. Perfect oil right between the 2 lines. Once you double check, make sure there's no leakage and your oil level is correct, you're pretty much done. Congratulations, you've done your first oil change. So that's pretty much it for this video. Please like and subscribe, really help out the channel, and let me know if you guys want me to do any more of these how-to videos. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time.